Hey, this is Pixel, and today we're playing Hades. This is the first playthrough I've done in a great many years. I have played a little bit of this game, but I have not beaten it, so if I say stupid stuff, that's because I'm pretty stupid at this game right now. Let's go ahead and just jump into the game, and let's start killing stuff.
I'm leaving. Try and stop me.
So the first enemies they give you here are actually really easy. You start out with this sword, and you do get new weapons as you go. But these guys, like, you don't even have to dodge. You can just run around them. These guys are nuts. Super, super, super easy. My hope is with this playthrough as well that I'm able to do a 100% on the game and hopefully do like what I did with Rogue Legacy and do like a nice, big, huge walkthrough, big compendium of facts and statistics and stuff and make a big, huge guide. Because that video, believe it or not, has done fairly well on my channel. I have a video I did of, well, I'm sorry, did I say Battleheart? Rogue Legacy? Both Rogue Legacy and Battleheart. Battleheart's an old mobile game that I played a long time ago. But I went through that one meticulously as well and just kind of said everything there was to say about it, or almost said everything there is to say about it. So, alright, some cool stuff here. Those bullets right there, those purple ones, you can actually slash those and break them. And if you have the right augments, you can even deflect them. Okay, guy. Again, they'll start you out in this game really, really easy. Enemies super easy. And you get these boons here. Now, these are messages from the gods on Olympus.
Got to be her.
You're playing as Zagreus here, and you're trying to get out of Hades, and you're using the help from the Olympus gods to get there.
Hail, noble cousin. Now, let's get you from that miserable place. I'll see that all of us upon Olympus do our part, beginning here with me.
So I get a selection of 3 different boons that I can choose from. My attack gets stronger and can deflect. I'm loving that. That's actually going to be very useful. I think I'm going to take that one. My cast can damage foes in an area and can deflect. I'll show you what the cast is here in a second. And then dash can also deflect and does a little bit of damage. We're going to take the attack one because it is the clear winner between those 3 for the way that I play. So now my attack will do a little more damage and can deflect bullets. So when we see some bullets, I'll show you what that means. Just get rid of these guys really easily. I'm going to be a little bit careful because I want to see how far I can go in the first run here. If I play my cards right, these bullets here, watch these bullets. Boom. I can hit right back at those guys. And that is a very effective way to fight some of the fights here. Here, though, it's not expedient, so let's go ahead and just jump right through. Quiet you. For those interested, I'm playing this on the Switch. I bought this on Switch over the holiday. Alright, so we got 2 choices here. I can go with a further boon from the same goddess. That's Athena there. Or I can strengthen the existing boon that I have, which is the deflecting, hitting one. I think I'm going to go with adding an additional one. At least this point in the game, this early, picking up new boons is probably a great idea. I'm not sure how many of those I want to grab, but these skeleton guys, they charge you, but they have tons of, or I should say very low health. Super easy to kill. There we go, some new guys. There we go. Just easy, easy. Now later on, enemies will have armor as well, which will make their HP look yellow. When the guys are armored, if you hit them, they don't daze. And I'll show you what that means when we get there. Alright, another one from Athena. My cast damages foes in a small area. Again, not my favorite there. Dash can deal damage and deflect. Okay, I kind of like that. When you deflect attacks, it deals more damage. Oh, run away. That's the winner right there. We want that. Now my deflections can do more damage. Awesome, awesome. Alright, nothing else to do here. But yeah, if an enemy has no armor and you hit it, they daze a little bit. Like these guys, watch. No armor. Kind of dazed, and you can just work them. Like you can just sit there and just kind of work them until they're dead. But once they get armored, they don't do that little daze when you hit them. Oh, took some damage. I should be able to get that back. Unfortunate that we went that way though. So this one is Bacchius, I think, God of Wine. Not a huge fan of his boons. We will take a look at some point at his, but for now, because I lost that 10, this will give me higher max MP and it'll heal me for 25. So as long as I don't take too much damage in this particular round right here, this one's going to go well for me. All right, we got some fluffy guys here. These guys are pretty easy when they're not armored because all you got to do is wait for one. Whoop, there we go. Oh, spikes got him. Okay, now there's my first armored guy. When I hit him, you'll see he doesn't daze anymore, like his buddies did. Let's see here. Let's see. So got to be a little bit more careful here. He won't daze until I break that armor off of him. So it's better to just kind of like let him attack and then counterattack like that, and then take him out. Let's go. Whoop, back behind. There it is, and he is done. Easy enough. Again, enemies in the first area, super easy. So these keys are really cool because they unlock things back at the hometown where you can either upgrade your guy in different ways or you can unlock new weapons. That's super cool. This goes to Charon's store. So this will take me to the store. In the bottom right hand corner, you'll see that I have 58 gold coins. Those are Charon's obols. And I only have 58, which is not going to get me very far at the store, so I might as well go after keys, because really what I'm after this early in the game, I want keys, and I want darkness, and I want it bad. Alright, let's see what we can do here. So the trick in this one is going to be to keep moving. Because I don't want those guys to get my number and hone in on me. That one almost did. Whoop. That one almost got me. Can't give him a chance. Can't give him a chance at all. Whoop. Enough. All right. And I got a key. All right. So what are my choices here? Boon buff. That's it. Looks like that's all I got. We are going to take it. That's all I can take. I'll take it. I like these buffs, though. They're pretty good. In fact, a lot of times I'll choose them. There are some types of benefits in some of these rooms that I don't know what they do. Oh, get out of that. That was super close. Ended up working out in my favor, though, for sure. So these little guys right here, they like to hurt you. They also hurt the enemies, but for me, I find them to be a liability, so I usually will explode them. Oh, got one. All right. Yeah, so I'll usually take them out myself. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Good use, good use. All right, so this one, oh, he took me out. Snuck a hit on me. Done. Okay, anybody else? He thought he had me. I'm better than that. Come on. Of course, going through the game, so I've made a couple small mistakes here. I've only been hit a couple times, but I will make large mistakes very often. So what should we do here? Did the deflect damage is up, or do I want to go with my normal attack up? Ooh, don't know which one to go with here. 16% increase, or that's a pretty big, that's 32% increase. That might help me out on the first boss, is really why I'm looking at that one. Let's go ahead and go that way. That's a little bit different than what I've done in the past when I have a layout kind of like this. Any other choice here? Alright, so this darkness here that you see on this orb, this will be something that I'll be using once I get back to town after my untimely demise. That will happen. That will happen. I will die here. Let's see what's going on. I kind of get the layout of the room, see what kind of guys I'm dealing with here. Looks like we got just some fluffy guys. I don't even know what their names are. I'll call them my jiggly friends. These are my jiggly friends. So what you saw me throw at him, it was my cast. And your cast is a little gem that you're able to throw out. Now, later in the game, that has a lot of additional benefits that come to it. Let's see if I can swoop in there and grab it. Alright, so now I have the gem again. I can throw it again if I want to. Later on, I can lodge that into guys. And then it makes them a little more weak to my attacks. Also, I can have multiple of them, and if I get the right boons, they can actually become kind of like homing missiles, and they can do splash damage and all kinds of stuff. You can see me, I'm taking my time here, just not going too quick, playing it a little easy. We got some archers here, they're going to shoot some purple things at me, and then I'll just use that to hit right back at them. Use my boons to my advantage here. Come on. Gotta get my aim just right. So I'm not sure if I mentioned this already, but I think I did. I am playing this on the Switch. That's where I purchased this particular game. I would have, for a playthrough, liked to do a different version. I'm just going to go over there and meet him and kill him.
Right there.
I would have liked to do a version that was probably higher fidelity, something like the PS5 or something like, oof, which way do I want to go? More health or another boon? So this boon here has a little skeleton on it. That means I'm going to have to fight a little mid-boss or a little mini-boss to get to that. That might do a little damage to me. Because I'm kind of hoping to get through the first boss, I'm going to go with more health. This seems like the safer bet, at least for this particular run. Knowing that I'm not beating the game on this run, there's just no way. And that's what's going to help me get farther in this particular run. Oh, that was a stupid mistake. So you said my first stupid mistake? That one wasn't. That was just me being bad. But I did make a bad mistake there. I dashed on top of the spikes. Come on, come on, come on, come on. I'm gonna get one of those. There we go. Getting a little quiet here. I'm trying to manage many things at the same time. That is pretty much the story of this game. You got to manage exactly where all the enemies are. There he is. Good. So in addition to my cast, which there it is again, I also have a special move, which I haven't really talked about because for the sword I don't use it a ton. But for the sword, there we go. A little bit extra health. Unfortunately, I'm still missing 21. But for the special attack, each one for each weapon is a little bit different. This one's kind of a radial one there. Ooh, do I want keys or do I want purple goo? I'm going to go with key. All right. Go. Oh, I did not see those spikes there. That is unfortunate. Knocked him into the pit. That's how we do. That is how we do. Oh, into that same spike pit. So at this point in time, I luckily have gotten a little bit of cash. I got 138 there. That's enough that if I get the right... Oh, this one's going to get me some more cash too because this is a obol level. So hopefully I get obols here, and then hopefully I get a choice to go to the store. Oof. Because I'm going to need it now. Lots of mistakes here. So the first time that I've made just a slew of mistakes in the same place. I am now rushing and just not even paying attention to what I'm doing. So this very much hurt me. I am really banking on hoping that this is a store behind me here. It is. Oh. Favor of the gods right there. Favor of the gods. So, let's see. Oh, that's good. That's good. I'll take that. I will take this one. And I'll take that key while I'm here. And I'll even talk to Charon. Say, I think I was saying his name wrong.
Why, good to see you, Charon, mate. Just minding my own business, taking in the sights, and sure is awfully convenient to be running into you like this. I had all this coin I wanted to get rid of.
So with 55 health, I have a chance. I have a chance at this first boss. We will see how this goes.
And I can
So
reckon quite a bit.
we got a special item from this boss coming up. We got a skeleton with a little ribbon and a star, indicating that it's boss time. It's boss time. So this first boss is Megaera. Megaera?
Well, this is
I think I'm
awkward.
saying that right.
Halt, Zagreus. Not one step further.
Come on, Meg. Haven't we had more than enough of each other by now? Besides, don't you have someplace else to be?
Your father sent me. All in all, I'd rather be on your bad side than his. Now you can turn back, like a good little man, or I can send you home the painful way. What'll it...
I'll have to go with the painful way.
A little early there. Let's pick the painful way. All right, so she dashes at you, which really opens up the best time to hit her. But I was smart enough. Come on.
You stay right there.
That was really dumb on my part. Yeah, there it is. Oof. I still got a chance here. This is not over. Even though it looks very much over. She's high in patterns. And so what I have to do here... is just start to control the fight a little bit more. Let's reset the room real quick. Come on. There she goes. Oh. Now she's changing modes. All right. Already with this, huh? She's very quick to throw out the bombs. So the bombs I can't do much with, but at some point in time, she starts to shoot out a flurry of bullets. And that's really what I'm looking for. I'm really hoping to take advantage of that. I want to exploit that. Oh. Foolish, foolish, foolish on my part. She gonna dash it all? There it is. Starting to look a lot less like I'm gonna win this fight. But that's okay.
Stand still for me.
No. That'll be like the last thing I'm gonna do. Stand still. Oh, got a little chip away at her health there. That was close. So I've got my groove going here. Let's see if I can just be quiet enough to actually... There we go. Oof. Took a hit. Not looking good. Now I don't have any extra hits in the event that she starts to do her bullets.
Scratch.
Like my whip.
Oof. I nearly was hit by that guy. Oh, she got me. Oh, that was it. Yeah, made a number of mistakes early in that fight. Clearly, like, I know her patterns and I know what I was doing. The unfortunate problem was I made far too many mistakes in the very beginning of the fight, and it just resulted in me dying.
I'm home.
Also, another interesting thing with that fight is I had not ever seen her before where she starts to do the bombs early. Usually the bombs is what I see come late in the fight, and she does this kind of extra projectile attack. And I was expecting that and wanted to beef up my deflecting so that that would be ready as like my secret weapon against her. Unfortunately, it never happened, so I had to get it down to about a third of her health, and then that would have come in, and then the rest of her health would have went very, very quickly.
Some of us more than others.
All right, so the way that this works, I'm back. You die here, you come back to Hades, and the idea is you're trying to escape from Hades. As you die and come back here, a story is kind of unfolding, and there are some rooms here and some bits of kind of commentary that are happening from all these people, and it unfolds a big story overall.
But to his willful progeny.
Most of these little bits where I interact with a little golden orb, and then it gives me some kind of narration there, those are a little bit less important.
You've returned. Good to see you, lad. Despite the circumstances. Remember your training out there. The pain of death is but another obstacle.
And fear is for the weak. Take care, Achilles.
There's Achilles. Now later on too, there's other things that happen throughout Hades as you play through the game. Achilles at one point gives you this compendium lexicon log thing, and you can fill that out with enemies that you've killed, but also a lot of the things that the story characters here tell you, they get put in that compendium, and then it kind of makes a big book.
I told you nobody gets out of here, whether alive or dead. So how was your wanton ransacking of my domain?
Greetings, Father. My ransacking was a delight, thank you for asking. So I'll just be on my way again.
Be on your way indeed. What do I care? You shall never reach the surface. Go, see for yourself.
All right, here's Cerberus, and yes,
There's a good boy.
we can pet the dog.
Seek pity someplace else.
Infernal watchdog Cerberus regards the underworld prince with mixed emotions, from purest joy to deepest melancholy.
You watch over things for me, won't you, boy? You know I'd take you if I could.
There are other characters too. Here's Nyx.
Do not despair, child. Such setbacks are inevitable and may be overcome with effort and with time. You made contact with the goddess Athena. She shall be true to her word.
I believe it, Nyx. I'm grateful that you put us into contact. I know you took a considerable risk in reaching out.
The risk is not to me. I expected the Olympians would involve themselves in this eventually. Reveal to them no more than they already know. Are we understood?
Yes,
So
we are.
Then
So
go.
clearly here, Nyx is doing some kind of trickiness. She's got something going on. These little ghosts here, guys. You can't interact with them, unfortunately. But yeah, Nyx has got some story going on here that'll unravel as we play through the game. Hades will be a big part of that as well. Now, this area here enters into your room. Eventually, though, this area down here gets remodeled. Large pieces of this palace, I guess you could say, they get redone through some guys that show up right about here. And as those new areas unlock, you can do all kinds of new stuff and different ways to upgrade your character. It's very cool. But this exit I just went into right here, this leads to your
I'm
room.
back.
And it's funny because right here, they give you the option to rest, but you
I'm wide awake.
can't. Later in the game, it tells you you have to rest, and then that rest is part of setting off story
The
sequences.
chambers of Prince Zagreus lie in a perpetual state of utter disarray, despite his lord and master of the house repeatedly insisting that he pick everything up.
Oh, come on. It's not that bad, is it?
And finally, and probably most important, at least in this room, is the big mirror.
Night
Now,
and
if you look in the
darkness
mirror,
leave me.
you get a number of different ways to upgrade your character using the purple darkness that you pick up. I don't know if they're jewels or they're liquid. They look like their jewels here. But anyways, you use those to upgrade in these different ways. Right now we have 4 different things that we can upgrade, and then at the bottom here you can see there are 5 keys to unlock the next set, which I think is 2 or 3 new upgrade things. Yeah, the amount of keys you need to keep unlocking new tiers is greater and greater. I think it ends up being like 30 or 50 keys for the top tier. So first of all, what we can do here is Shadow Presence. This will allow us to do more damage from behind enemies. Here, this allows us to get a little bit of health back between every room. That's helpful a little bit. Only getting 20 darkness because I was trying really hard to beat Nyx in the last run through. That's not very much, but I'm just going to go ahead and put points into both of those, one each. Death Defiance is really kind of what you're after. Hopefully in your first run you can get 30. We're going to go ahead and shoot for 30 in this next run that I do. That'll allow you to die and then come back to life with 50% of your health. It's very, very useful. And then also Greater Reflex gives you another dash. That's very, very helpful early on in the game as well. So we're kind of after both of these. Maybe if we're lucky, we can get 80 in the next run and then finish off 5 keys, maybe. Let's look at weapons before we go ahead and jump into that. So once we've finished in the mirror, it's time to go into the next room. Hopefully you saved some keys if you wanted some new weapons, because the next room is the weapon room.
Okay.
So you can see the selection we have right now. I have 4 keys. I have 4 keys. Well, now it's not such a big deal, I guess, that I didn't have so much darkness, because very excited that I can pick up, I think this might be called the rail.
There we go. Baratha, the eternal spear.
It's a spear. This is not the rail. This is the spear. All right. So the spear is so far my favorite weapon between these 4 weapons. The bow is actually pretty cool too, and you can see here on the bow it's kind of got purple stuff coming off it. Some runs when you get here into the weapon picking area, there will be a bonus that you can do. If you do that run with that weapon, they'll give you additional darkness. So it probably would have been at least a little bit in my benefit to grab the bow for this particular run, because I would have gotten additional darkness, but I'm going to skip that altogether.
Through that pink window there.
Nice place you got here, boyo. Name's Skelly, how's it going? But enough with the small talk already. I'm here to do a job. So let me have it. Give me everything you got.
I don't remember having you on payroll, mate. Who's your supervisor?
Oh, I'm not about to wrap my sources, pal. Just try and beat it out of me.
If you insist.
Alright, so this is your training dummy, Skelly, and you can beat him to death. I will literally do exactly that. So the nice thing about the spear is I can stand back. It gives you kind of mid-range. You still need to get close often with enemies, close enough that most range attacks will still hit you. But it gives you that little bit of distance. But most importantly, it still remains pretty strong. The bow, by contrast, hits a little bit harder, but takes a little while to reload. So the bow is definitely more for tactical runs where you're trying to kind of run, hide, shoot. You don't want to get really close with the bow. The bow just kind of, it leaves you very vulnerable up close. The attacks that you have at your disposal up close are not effective at keeping you alive. So I think that's where I'm going to wrap up this first particular part of this series. I probably will do 1 part per run, because I don't think it's going to take me too many runs to get all the way through the game. I guess we'll see. And if there's some runs that I do that just don't make sense because, you know, nothing particular interesting happens on them, it's just a growth run, then I'll probably just do a recap at the beginning of the next part that I decide to publish. But for the first one, this is going to be it. Thanks for hanging out with me, and until next time, this has been Pixel.